guys, making a midday video. I am talking about BNOX. This is great. This is an amazing chart. I actually woke up at the exact top, 784. Had no idea what was happening. Got on my broker, and made a couple great trades. I'll show you my charts. People like charts, but I'll show you more importantly than the charts. I'll show you some great pattern replication behind this, right? So pattern replication is one of the best shorts because you can develop an amazing thesis behind what retail's thinking and kind of what to expect. So here's BNOX, right? And we have starts out with a crazy parabolic up only move. So what move very recently is very similar to this move? The move very recently is SLNO. And usually this happens the next day. In this case, it happened 2 days later. Big up only move, deep pullback, another big up only move. Okay, BNOX. Big up only move, deep pullback, another big up only move. Is it going to go straight up? Is really a 550% runner literally just going to do the same pattern that a black swan ticker literally just did 2 days ago? It looks just like it. Is it really going to do the same thing? Absolutely not. So, I always say aggressive moves off of deep support are usually like 95% of the time super weak. If you see deep support in an up-only high-value move, that's why SLNO caught so many people off guard. That type of move with that type of reaction doesn't normally happen. That's why they're black swans. That's why they blow people up. That's why people take losses, right? But 2 days later, now a chart's repeating the same black swan move. So, okay, what do I say? I say a lot of people are going to think BNOX is going to SLNO. I said that as this was going up. Okay, so what do I do? And here's this. I posted this straight up, and then I posted this, and I was like, hey, it's probably going to go straight down. You know, it's my thesis. These look just like each other. You know what I mean? Same thesis. So what do? Big up only move. They break the $7 level. They pull it back for what I call a retail 1 minute flag. It's whenever you get these like 1 minute flags, when like retail who misses the up only move, they're gonna want to get in because they're gonna expect the squeeze is coming. So what you often see is a big up only move, low volume pullback, and a lot of times some type of secondary move. Sometimes that secondary move breaks the high of the first move. Sometimes it stalls right under it. Maybe it breaks some of these lower highs, but it's all like this type of candle. You read the tape. You see if there's hidden sellers. You see if there's the ask refreshing. You see if the bid starts dropping. You see stuff like that. Okay. My average is 658 because I took a starter kind of on a very, here's my execution chart when I took a picture of it. It's at 338 right now, going down. I'm still holding 40%. I actually don't even really know what to think of the price target with it. I'm up 48% on it. I don't know what the price targets are, so I just pick random levels. I've been taking profits. I guess I should AFK hold till end of day. Maybe that was the play. But I have a hard time AFK holding till end of day. So this was a starter. I don't like my average super far away from high day, so I just picked a level. I picked $5 and I just started covering. I covered like 60% on my first play. This was like kind of a small trade. But I was like, you know what? If it keeps going down to, I mean, this was like a 23% trade right here. But then I saw the big push. And normally you'd think I'd be really scared, right? Oh my God. It's like I'm still holding on to 40% of my position. I'm going to get squeezed, blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, what are some obvious levels? Some obvious levels is this lower high, but also another obvious level. But this lower high is really far away from high day. I'm like, well, another obvious level, $7, right? What happens? You know, that's why I say up here. A lot of people might think BNOX got SNLO. See what happens here near 7. So I saw the first reject of 7. We can, I guess, go here. Saw the first rejection. I actually just shorted instantly because sometimes it just goes straight up, straight down, and I just shorted on this 9 o'clock candle. And then it did the fake 1 minute flag pattern, and I'm like, I'm not even scared of this because this is such an obvious retail trap. And I'll show you BXRX did it. and also NIR. I'll show you other examples of this. Aggressive move off a deep support, fake 1 minute flag. It breaks the top. Um, a, a big seller comes in at 710, refuses to let it go. The bid starts dropping. And then I mentioned something else. I mentioned something called see if BXRX is fake soak. So it gave the long trapping move, but sometimes after the long trapping move, you don't get instant confirmation. You get the initial confirmation, but you don't get instant confirmation. And I used to freak out on this. I used to think, oh, the manipulated soak's happening. It's gonna, like I saw it swiped 6 here. It swiped 6 and went right to 6.67. So this is a 10. Isn't that insane? That's a 10% move. Swipe 6 into a 10% move. And I used to freak out on those. I'm like, oh man, I got to cover 40, 50%. Man, what if it was like I should have taken some, covers at, when it broke 6, what am I thinking? Then I realized that after a lot of long traps on really strong tickers, it does what I call fake soak. You have all these bottom wicks, bottom wick, bottom wick, bottom wick, or you get a, crack support, 10% move, crack support, 10% move. There's all these these moves can be hyper aggressive. If you're reading the level 2 in the tape, like these candles and these candles, it's just no selling, and the ask is just just go it can be really scary if if you're trying to micromanage, if you're one of the, I was and I'm still working on this, but I've gotten better over the years, not micromanaging my trades nearly as much. Some short sellers out there are just like, I short near the top, and I don't look at the tape, and I don't look at the chart, and I set my profits to 30, 40%, and I come back and I come back in 5 hours. And a lot of those guys make a lot of money. By the way, fake soak. That's fake soak. That's fake soak. That's fake soak. Market open. Market open is very important because if there's a big long trap, I've said this on my Twitter. There's a big long trap right. Usually especially if it's super extended ticker right before market open. Market open is usually super heavy. It's really, really, really heavy. Even with big volume, big consistent volume, and all this stuff. If I see a plus long trap setup, that's an hour, 30 minutes, an hour, 10 minutes before market open. A lot of times market open is it's the heaviest thing you've like. Look at all these bottom wicks. Look at there's so much insane soaking at market open. It made one little move, one little fake breakout over the intraday high, and then it's just been pulling, man. It's just pulling. So pattern replication, SLNO, and BNOX, aggressive, crazy push off of support. Let me show you some other examples. BXRX. Okay. You have your first crazy squeeze. You have your second crazy squeeze. Deep support, aggressive push off of deep support. I instantly called this out. Again, just as some buddies, some friends, in my actual Discord. When I eventually open it, I'll just literally copy and paste the same thing. I said when BXRX made the big move. See if we get it. Where is it? Sorry, I'm looking for it. Here, that's what I said. A 9/11, which is 10/11 market time on this big move, and it was topping out. I said, time for the real short. Am I right? Because I know. I actually thought, well, maybe it breaks this 0.7 level. And I saw a hidden, like here and here, there's just a hidden seller forcing this down. And sometimes you don't get the break you want. And sometimes when I see plays like this, I close my center point broker, but I have to reopen it back up to short some pennies because pennies have been given some insane moves. Sometimes you make a judgment call of, well, do I wait for the 0.7 break or do I short like 0.68, 0.69, and I actually thought, and this could still happen, but I actually thought BXRX is an H.C. Wainwright stock. I thought they were painting 0.7. This was a 0.7 paint job, and it could still be. Maybe they soak down here. Maybe it bounces 1, 2, 3, like the third bounce or fourth bounce, rotates back above VWAP, squeezes this level. There's insane volume in this thing. Like, look at a consistent volume in this thing. Could be dead though. It could just be dead. So, But yeah, this was absolutely God, BNOX. I really should AFK'd. It's at 310 right now. But yeah, aggressive push off of support. Just want to show you that. NIR yesterday. Aggressive push off of deep support. Fake 1 minute flag. Look at this rotation right here. Fails into down only, right? So aggressive pushes off a deep support, especially when a stock has already made multiple short squeezes, is super extended, right? First you go after short liquidity, then you go after long liquidity. You know what I mean? It's you bait the shorts and you bait the longs. How a lot of manip works. Okay, so if a play is significantly extended, and you see price action like this, you know, I could go back into my Discord with my buddies yesterday and be like, this is a short. And I actually had a Canadian friend who also doesn't have a broker that allows him to short pennies. He's like, oh, I'll paper trade it. He's like, I'm doing 1 million shares. And when I saw this candle, I said, do another 1 million shares. So a little fun thing to do. 2 million share paper trade. So always fun. But yeah, these are just the charts I'm looking at. This is how I have my charts set up. But yeah, BNOX. Pattern replication from SLNO. Big aggressive push. Everyone's thinking the same thing. They fake people out. They make it really heavy. They dump it. Okay. Apparently I covered way too early. So great chart. Want to make that midday. Not doing a whole lot right now. Hope that was informative. And yeah, just always pay attention, man. If there's some crazy, if something like RNAS happens or SNLNO happens, you know, strong market starts, black swanny, crazy move that squeezes shorts multiple times, catches people up, you know, 500% gappers, catches off people off guard. You know, just pay attention to how that stock moved. You know, what price point it was, what volume it was trading, what percent it was gapping, did it make its move in the pre-market, was it making market open moves? You know, it's the same thing with my FEMI video yesterday, you know, it's the same thing. If you see a very similar stock start doing the exact same thing, those are the best shorts, man, because everyone's thinking, all the retail's thinking the same thing. All the shorts who got squeezed on SLNO and RNAS are scared. You know, they're scared. And then, you know, retail longs, they don't want to miss the next black swan, and you know, it's these are the best shorts, the very best ones. I cannot believe how hard this is fading. Man, dude, I really need to learn AFK my holds. I was like, I'll take some here and I'll take some here and that type of thing. So hope that was informative, guys. Discord info coming soonish. Maybe I'll show you something in there. Well, for the people who, but I will show you pattern replication, and I'll just put SNLO and BNOX straight into here. You know, sometimes pattern replication happens on the same chart. You know, up only, 5 minute 9, up only, 5 minute 9, up only. No, fake them out. You know, I showed you AVGR, H squeeze, H squeeze, H squeeze. No, fake them out. BPTS, big soak in the push. Pretty decent soak. I actually considered this pattern replication. I guess it wasn't the absolute most amazing example, but saw the hidden seller, rolled over. That was the top. So yeah, some cool stuff. And also in this, I put some terminology. You'll hear me say the same phrases over and over again, and I realize that not everyone might be familiar with what those phrases are. You know, I have my own definition of what soak is and what hidden seller. Well, hidden seller and buyer has a very basic definition, but things like what is fake soak, like here. Okay, after a long trap pattern like BNOX, it'll fall down to support, and it's often the same support it held on the way up. Very true. And they'll make it seem like that support's really strong. They'll make big aggressive moves off that support. But then usually sometime later, here I say it could be 10 minutes later, it could be an hour later. Could be a lot of things, but as long, you know, just because you don't immediately get the move you're expecting doesn't mean that support's going to hold and your long trap pattern's not going to work and it's going to come straight up. So, yeah. So some terminology stuff for you guys of what you know, what is a cycle, what's liquidity, what's chart paint, you know, stuff like that. So a lot of stuff you guys probably already know if you watch my videos. So anyway, more info on that later. Okay, have a good one.